on the internet. Today, you're going to be watching my giant hole get even bigger, and we're even going to put some big blue ice blocks in there, because I've decided after, I've decided after quite some time that although the tunneling is very important, it's also important to make this outside look kind of pretty too, and also that people may, it's clear to everyone watching that just sees me tunneling every now and then that this is meant to be a blue ice pathway. This is going to be the fastest route across my world. We're traveling 10,000 overworld blocks in a matter of hopefully less than a minute by the time it's done. Right now it takes me about 5 minutes via the Nether. It's really annoying as a transfer. I'm hoping we can do it in about 30 seconds, and so it's worth spending the dozens of hours these streams will take, because by the end of it, we'll have a nice large project. And there is something, again, I love destruction projects, and if seeing this slowly get destroyed doesn't tell you why, then maybe you just don't deserve to destroy things. Anyway, so yeah, I've got myself some blue ice today, only 2 stacks, so we can vaguely, expand out the concept, but still, it's what we're gonna be doing. So this block goes there, and then these go there, and we'll just have some packed ice mixed in there, and then later we can remove it, replace it, whatever else. But yeah, for now, this goes this way a bit, and it's also gonna go this way some fair number of blocks. So hello everyone, how is your Saturday going? I hope it's going wonderfully, because mine is going well too. We've mined about 10% of the block total we need for this tunnel, which seems impossible when you look at what we have so far, but eventually it'll get wide enough that it will make sense. Maybe, or maybe we work out we've done the calculations wrong. I think I used someone else's numbers, which, 800 times what equals 150,000? It's possible that they're entirely wrong. In fact, I think it's likely they're entirely wrong. Like, how many blocks are there in here? It's gotta be at least 100. It's the equivalent of like a... Yeah, I think we just did the maths wrong. I don't think we've done... We've currently got 14,000 Netherrack out of what I approximated to be 150,000, but I just took someone in chat's word for it, which, looking back, is actually a really bad idea. Like, so it might seem impossible that people go on the internet and lie, but actually that happens. Although, actually, I want to talk a little bit today about the concept of lying, because the concept of truths and lies all rely, in fact, the concept of basically all forms of discussion all rely on the same basic idea that we can communicate and the words we say are clear to everyone else. And I think about this a lot, because one of the weird things about communication, maybe effective communication, is that both avoiding or deliberately finding, depending on which you're trying to do in a circumstance, those deliberately finding those points where it is or is not clear. Also, yeah, that's now the pathway goes a bit further. It should be a bit more obvious that yeah, this is meant to be a blue ice thing. It also looks a little bit better, a little bit longer in my opinion. Maybe you agree, maybe you don't. Also, yeah, thank you very much to Technoblade Never Dies. Again, keeping the name alive, love to see it. I think that one of my favorite phrases is the one about, people think that dying is this one-time thing, but there are 2 ways that you die, right? You die for the first time when your body stops existing, but the time that you truly die is the last time someone mentions you or something you've done. That's what, true death is. This is why there are so many dictators in the world who could be perfectly, oh Christ, I just wasted a blue ice block there. They could be, they could be perfectly happy with their ridiculous lifestyle, but yet they still go for more. Why, if you're, the biggest, even if you're like, a Putin or something, why would you keep going on past where you are right now? And it's about making a bigger and bigger legacy. Even though some of the most... Also, thank you, Soli97, for becoming a member, bringing us one closer to our very lofty, very reasonable goal of having a Texan-only accent livestream. It basically is guaranteed at this point, I think we can say. Okay, so let me place another block over there, and then we also mine all the blocks above here so we can actually walk along this. In fact, I might just mine all of the blocks out here, eventually now. I like having a little bit of cover, but, I think we've exceeded our need for it. It's all ego. I guess that's another way of seeing things, is actually you could make the reverse argument that what does it matter when you're not here? But I think that's one of the big divides in the school of thoughts that we all have. There's 2 ways to view the world. One is that what matters is making the world a better place, and the other is to view what makes you, the thing that actually matters is the humans in the world. Think about environment stuff, right? Even though it's a way bigger degradation of the planet, the planet temperature going up 2 degrees, is disastrous in its own way, but a way bigger disaster in terms of, nature compared to then is, plastics in the ocean or something like that. But we care way more about climate, because that's going to lead to human deaths and human mass migration. It also leads to, I guess, species deaths in a weird way, so maybe it works out better for animals as well. But you get the vague idea that we care, in a general sense, about the world as it exists for humans. My membership ended. I am sad now. Have you ever considered having it not end? There we go. Life pro tips of Toycat. Damn, Streamlabs was working at first. How are... oh, wow, okay. I cannot read what this tip says, so I'm going to have to shrink that down a bit, move it over here. How are you doing? People in chat, such as Dash, saying you must be hungry earlier. Are you going to order food on stream? Oh, I can only see one of the chat. Okay, I can see everything right now. Are you going to order food on stream again? I do love to order food on stream. It is one of my... I get to combine my two favorite things, which is, like getting food and also making money to pay for said food. That's all life is really about, right? We can claim that we're all here to fulfill our deep psychological needs all we like. But really, life is just about food and opportunities to make the money that pay for food. Tell me I'm wrong, and I'll tell you you're a liar. Speaking of liars, thank you to Darren Hughes for gifting 5 memberships. Man, there's gotta be like 100 people who have memberships because of you, Darren Hughes. You are single-handedly funding the Toycat Text and Accent livestream, it sounds like. Congratulations to all the new people who can now watch Toycat Baves in Iron Brew, also known as the best video on YouTube by its I guess its praises, and the worst video on YouTube by no, don't destroy my stuff. Yeah, it's hard not to like, right? It's hard not to like, but yeah, no, the very basics of communication, right, is that we need to be able to, okay, step one you think is like, well, you share a language. But even people who don't share a language can effectively communicate. Like our body language and all of that other stuff does actually communicate a lot of the story too, right? Which is interesting enough, you might say. But even more interesting, hey, Peter Ravenscroft, thank you for becoming a channel member. Welcome to the coolest, caddest, cleverest. Yeah, we're just gonna have to just tear through this. We'll use our efficiency-free pickaxe. And I think... See, this doesn't feel like it's instant mining. I think we're going a little bit slower than instant mine, which might be a bit of a downside, all things considered. Anyway, so yeah, how many hours has he been digging for? So far we put about 5 hours in, and that's making me think I just wasted another block. No, I didn't actually. It was never there. There might be a lot more hours to come, I'm starting to slowly realize. But that's totally okay. That's the norm. That's what we expect. I think digging out these areas are only here for mostly aesthetic reasons. So we're going to do this as a super rough cut, just so it's like, we have the blocks around, and so it is clearly meant to be part of the tunnel. I don't want to obstruct the view is what I'm basically saying. I want to be able to see right into the tunnel, and from the exit off it, without it being this big mess of a thing. So we're going to mine a lot of these blocks out as well. Just, in general, I want it to be clear what is where. So I'm sick today, so I finally get to watch a Toycat stream. Why do you only get to watch Toycat streams when you're sick? There's a question there's a question I bet has a very simple answer. It doesn't make any sense to me right now on the spot. So we'll throw this overboard. Just want to be able to pick up some more blocks. And so we'll do that so we can. Perfect. Where exactly does the tunnel go to? Please enlighten me. So the tunnel goes between it's going to go between my base all the way over there and my ancient cities, my mesa, my junk. Like, I've got this big far out place I need to go to for so many different reasons, especially given ancient city projects are a thing that I'm always working on. And so yeah, that's what it goes towards. It goes from my ancient city to my main base. I don't have to go to work when I'm sick, lol. You work every day? I think working every day should be more... less of a ridiculous thing and like, it's a lifestyle choice thing, right? Like, maybe some see it that way already, but I don't see it. I think a lot of people are like, wow, that's unhealthy. What if you enjoy your work, Maybe you should stream every day if you enjoy it. No, I think that's how you get, what's the word? Burnout? But yeah, so, I think, okay, to dive back into my original point, also, we are... very quickly gonna overwhelm our chest supply, but we can keep going down.
Do you think this project is going to take to complete? Cat?
So I worked out at the speed we were going at last time, at the speed we were going at for the first stream, it would take 50 streams. The speed we were going at for the second stream, it would be more like 35. I think that it will be less than both of those, because there's a lot of sections which are a little bit easier to tunnel through, etc. And also we're gonna start using some, like some explosions. We're gonna start, we're gonna use some tricks of some form to speed things up as we go. It's that there are some things that take more time than others, and right now we've been doing a lot of those long time things, and not a lot of the not long time things. If that makes any sense, which I totally hope it does. I work most of the same days as you, as it turns out. That is crazy to believe. Toycats illustrate both of last December's why streaming every day is problematic. I think Streamus would be... I think Streamus is something that I need to prepare better for. That's what I'm learning mostly. I've streamed the last 3 days. It's been perfectly fine and fun. Because I got a project that I'm committed to. It's like... I think it's hard to come up with a new exciting idea to stream every day. Okay. Should we use the gas to help us mine, actually? That doesn't really help. It's a fun idea. Gas the sky creepers that have way less of... we saw what a creeper could do last week, right? Oh, don't explode on my... Okay, we're fine. But yeah, I think the creeper's in the sky point. Okay, so actually we don't even need to be hypothetical anymore. Where did the creeper go? Did he explode or did he just drop down? Oh, this is my... Yeah, I bet that's where he went. Well, there goes my creeper. As it turns out. Maybe the man we see here isn't actually Toycat. He's wearing a different shirt today. I'm wearing a shirt that represents the great state that I'm actually from. I'm a big fan of Kentucky, best state in the union, in my opinion. Okay, yeah, we're gonna just keep barreling away at these. Really need to place more polished deep slates so I get more space for our blocks. But for now, let's get our 8th chest down there and ready. And then let's start mining out the blocks that we need to place these. I guess we could start placing the rest of the tunnel, but it gets a little time consuming after a bit. And also it'll look more and more incomplete the more blocks we add. That doesn't seem correct, but I think it is. The more blocks you add without completing something, the less it looks intentional, the more it looks like you just are forgetting to do something, perhaps. Maybe that's correct, maybe it's not. You tell me it's not. Toycat, I was wondering, how many pickaxes have you broken so far? I think I should be letting my pickaxes break all the way. I think that'd be the more impressive way to do a project like this, right? I think, sadly, I've made the mistake of not letting pickaxes break. I've been repairing them together, so I had 2 efficiency 2 pickaxes, half break, and then I combined them into this, which I'll wait till this half breaks, then I'll combine it with more. Please tell me you were joking earlier. There really isn't 2 dashes. I saw 2 different profile pictures, so I guess maybe there's a cached one or something. That's fun. Anyway, speaking of fun, my Christmas shirt arrived. Can't wait to wear it out next week. Just remember, those things are only available for a limited time. In November, we stop selling them because you can't be wearing Christmas merch during Christmas. That is not the right time for it. There are heavy fines if you are caught doing that in public. I don't like to associate my brand with people who would wear a Christmas shirt during Christmas time. By the way, speaking of things, the guy who makes random stuff, thank you for making random things. You made a donation to the Toycat Tax Fund. It goes to all sorts of great things, such as Toycat, supporting. I like to make sure that with some of my money, I donate to cancer awareness funds. I want people to be more aware of just how big of a deal cancer is. I feel as though, just like how a supervillain needs to have people who are always, we need to have people doing that for cancer. We need to have, when you kill a village of people, you make sure there's one survivor that can go and tell people, make sure people know about how terrible this is. You need to have that, but with very serious illnesses too. So I'm making sure we do that. And if you want to support those causes, 0% of every tip will go towards charitable causes that are actually real. And if that's not an incentive to tip, I don't know what is. So what's up? Can I wear your Christmas shirt when it's not Christmas? My Christmas tree is still up from last year. It says base 13. Honestly, I don't know why people take down Christmas trees. If you know you're going to use it next year anyway, you're just wasting your own time. You're just proving the futility of life. No, that is one of the things that I find a little I know, like, concerning is, like, I'm building all this furniture here that I'm just gonna have to, like, sell or, like, get rid of when I move. And then I'll have to do the same again. And it's like, you know, why do we even own furniture? Furniture is just a sign that you're tied down to a place. You know, the real, like, the real wealth and way to show that you have a nice place is if it's perfectly empty. Like, this prison-looking box I have right here that has white walls, I could move out of this tomorrow, just have to destroy a few pieces of furniture. And even then, the few, like, do you see how there's no furniture behind me? This room has no furniture, besides a desk, a $35 Walmart desk. Just so I can have my monitor be up there and me be down here. The more things you have you care about, the more tied down you are. And the more tied down you are, the less free you are. That's factually correct. I would like to sleep, says Hexaterum. Have you checked that everyone else in your world is doing it too? As we know, sleep only works when there's enough peer pressure to make it work. See, I'm going to use Netherrack blocks to place these edge blocks off of now. So we place a block there and there. Like every other block we place one, because then we can do this. See, pro tip, save, work smarter, not harder, or something like that. And then we do the same off of this next thing, because there's another layer of these, so one there, one there, one there, block, block. You know, we'll just place that. Actually, we won't place that there now. We're just going to build out to here. Have it kind of extrude a little bit, but not too far. Then we have to place the next layer up, which means 1, 2, 1, 2, then the next layer. Yeah, placing the polished deep slate is going to be a real big part of the time, which is why I'm only doing some number of the blocks right now. We'll do the rest of these later. It'll be great. Also, Zombie Pigman, how's your life going? I hope it's going perfectly okay. Read Dash's comment, lol. No, I don't know. I don't know what comment I missed, but I'm allergic to reading. You know, the number one way to get me to not read something is tell me I have to read something. You know, like that's a life pro tip for you all right now. It's like if you know what makes me mad? Memes that go, oh yeah, it's so funny, wait till the end. And it's like it can't be that good if you have to tell me to wait. If the content is not good enough to keep me going to the end, if you have to go, wait till the end, it's like, well, that means that I wouldn't wait to the end normally, which means this is terrible. And sure enough, every time I watch one of those things, it's like, oh yeah, this was terrible. I wasn't just being cynical, I was correct. And the fact that it works on people tells you that everyone, you know, we're not very good at most things, as a species, maybe even. Okay, so I guess we're gonna place the blocks out here now. And then 1, 2, 1, 2. And then do that for every other block too. I feel like I should have another one of these, but I guess I don't. Usually those videos are only 30 seconds long, lol. Do you think I'm made of time? No, he'll never read my comments now. I'm doomed. It's true, Dasher. There's absolutely no way past it for most people. You clearly didn't wait till the end, SMH. Imagine a Disney movie doing something like that, right? Imagine watching Finding Nemo, and you know, you got that first opening scene where they're in the coral reef together, and then they're like, then some dramatic music plays, and it goes, wait till the end of the movie because we're gonna find Nemo, or like, not even that, like, lol, this movie's so funny, just wait till the end. Like, you would not respect a movie that did that. You would not respect a TV show that did that. Yeah, I think one of the biggest ways that I make mistakes on the internet is by not, like, like, in my words, stoop to that level. Or, like, what it really is like, there are things that work, because now we live in a world of not of humans curate what they watch, social media algorithms curate what you watch. So if you can come up with something that makes people 1% more likely to watch something, even if they don't love the thing, that's what you need to do. And I think I make the mistake of not considering that all the time. I think that's my biggest YouTube mistake, if I had to name one. Also, where am I getting hit from? Is it that guy up there? Because that's very frustrating if so. You know what? I can ignore him. I'll just go to the other side. All problems can be ignored by going somewhere else. So we'll place the top blocks first, because that's nice and easy. And we'll work our way over. Brilliant marketing technique. Kill that ghast, I'm begging you. The problem with killing mobs is they just respawn. That's, or maybe I'm a pacifist. It's one of the two. Okay, so then we'll place these blocks. Also very easy to do. Oh, man, that skeleton has some range. You see that? Okay. So we're going over here now. And then we go 2 more blocks further out. So, is this the edge? This is the end for now. We do need to go further on this, don't get me wrong. It's just I want to make the entrance a little bit protruding out to see how that looks. Maybe it looks terrible, maybe it looks great. We're only going to know when we're done. Just got here, how far in are you? About 10% by calculations I haven't actually confirmed, and which I'm really worried, looking on now, are maybe incorrect. But you can only know if something's incorrect by, there's literally impossible to do it any other way besides just rolling into it and seeing what happens. As we all know, that is what you gotta do. So now we make all of these blocks go out the same. Yeah, I think working on a mega project is one of the most cathartic things you can do. If you ever find yourself thinking like, man, but what do I do in the Minecrafts? The answer should always be make a giant project. One that even seems too big. Give it a try. See where it goes. Even an unfinished mega project is like a reminder of your aspirations, which is maybe even more interesting than a finished statement in some ways, you know? Like, seeing... I love looking back at history, not for the successes, because we talk about, like, oh yeah, do you remember that time we... I don't know, like... We talk about the successes of the world all the time, but it's not as often we get to talk about, like, what did we think would be the future and then wasn't? Because those are the things we actually learn from. Right now, I heard a guy, again, this is just a crazy guy who spoke to me when I was in line in public, because that's what you do here, apparently. And he's like, yeah, man, there's this technology where your car can run on the fumes of other cars. Like, you go down the highway, it's like electric, but the battery's powered by, like, gas fumes. What are they actually called? Like, smoke? Exhaust smoke? Whatever, he was like, yeah, man, there's cars powered on that. That's, like, probably good for the environment. And, like, to be fair to him, that would be good for the environment if that was a real thing. Which it might be. Maybe I'm the only one. But, like, it's a really great idea for the future, right? Why are we doing, like, all this lithium mining for electric cars when we could just be running cars that run off exhaust fumes? Or why not, while we're on the same subject, have them run off carrots or imagination, These are the questions, right? Zombies in the Nether. I have no idea why we keep having regular mobs spawning here, but we do, and that's just a fact that we're expecting. Accepting? Yeah, expecting and accepting. We're expecting to accept it. Okay, so we have to tunnel out a whole ton more of this, just really get those blocks out of there. And now we can place our blocks. Just don't drive cars. You know what? There is a big movement on the in certain spheres, right? Of like, rather than trying to, and this is an interesting way to fix basically any problem, right? Like we go through large lengths to like, think about paper straws. Paper straws do not work as straws. The solution, if straws are causing that much harm, would be to say no straws. But if you say no straws to people, they're not as on board as if you say, here's a straw that doesn't kill turtles, or whatever the actual concern people have with straws are. We don't like to just say, you can never do something again. There has to be just conditions that make it fun. When we worked out that driving was super dangerous, we didn't say, yeah, maybe you just shouldn't do that. It's like, okay, we'll have a really complex license system in place. And then, that everyone will be super qualified to drive. That will definitely happen, and we definitely will have no bad drivers in the world ever again if we just... Oh, did I kill a zombie piglin? I really don't mean to kill you guys, but it's pretty rude that you fight back. Yeah, it's a weird thing that way. Anyway, so one of the things about communication I wanted to talk about is the weird thing about people having different definitions of the same word. When I say the word Minecraft updates, am I talking about every update to the game of Minecraft, which is what you might assume from the phrase Minecraft update? Or am I talking about just the major updates? 1.16 and 1.17 were updates that followed immediately after each other. Except actually, no, they didn't, because there was 1.16.3 and 1. There were lots of updates in between those updates. But yeah, when you say Minecraft update, you can mean either context, and that's like the fluidity of at least the English language. But most languages have something like that too. You can describe concepts in multiple different ways. But one of the... Oh, we have to do a whole extra block. It goes over here, I guess, that I haven't placed yet. One of the weird things about the fluidity of language is the fact that while talking about a subject, you can mean two entirely different things. Like, Mojang should make more updates is a ridiculous point if you're talking about updates to the game. Like, you know, they should make the updates when they're ready. But you could be saying Mojang should make more updates in the sense of we should have more major themed big releases and fewer bug fix style whatever releases. Charge people for straws, people will start drinking out of the cup. The thing is though, if I'm not mistaken, there is a bigger plastic impact that comes from the lid, and then if you think about it even more, there's a bigger plastic impact than the lid or the straw from the cup, but we assume the cup is much more essential than the straw, right? If you try to make paper cups, then people would go, well, now my drink is not being stored, and you know, it's the weird it's a weird thing about, it's a weird quirk of how humans do. Wait, have I done this correctly? I don't know that I have. I think there's been a mistake here somewhere. I don't know. Okay, so I had one layer of 2 go up, then another layer. Okay, this block is incorrectly. I made a mistake over here. It's an easy mistake to fix though. We just remove all of these blocks and move them 1 block over. Oh, so we can actually just place there and then remove these edge blocks. Okay, so now we've extended the tunnel a little bit. Tell me what you think of it, chat. Actually, wait. I'm going to look at it before I ask for your opinions. You know, I don't want your unsolicited, uninformed opinions. I want your unsolicited, actually informed opinions. So here's what it looks like. Oh, wait, actually. Let's also remove these blocks. Just the ugly last ones standing around here. Clearly getting in the way. Okay, then we also are going to remove that Netherrack block over there, and also we have to finish that. Never mind, you know what? Just imagine for now, if you will. Does the tunnel look better when it, like, protrudes out from that wall? Because I'm thinking the tunnel is going to be... it's going to go the entire length of the journey. But I'm also thinking, like, is that even necessary? Or is it just necessary when we're tunneling through the wall? I think it adds another element of, like, 3D to this, in my opinion. I like it. It's very strange to see a circle that goes like this. But we'll stick with it. But you never care about chat's opinion? Sorry, I didn't read that because it was chat and I don't care about what happens in chat, huh? Okay, so now let's throw the rest of our Netherrack in here. Ooh, in it goes, and then we're gonna have to place another one. We should really designate one of these as like a Nether brick chest, but yeah, that's far too complex to do right now. Place a whole stack of quartz in there, and yeah, let's start. Okay, so I'm gonna go make some beds right now. Because I do agree with the vague notion in chat that it might help. I don't know, I think there might be more harm than help in some ways. But that's not a problem that I have to deal with. I'm also going to make this tunnel on the right here a little bit bigger. Just so it's more visible, you know? I think that'd be a good idea. So let's mine all the blocks as we're running up here. Just make it a lot taller, all things considered. More space. Whoa, where did that even come from? How did that even make it in here, right? Wasn't the ghast way over... whatever. Doesn't matter. Wasn't paying attention. That's on me. I'm going to get hit by so many ghast fireballs during this. You made me snort tea out of my nose, you monster. How do I ask, why would you make the Netherrack into bricks, then make a Nether fortress in the end? Yeah, smelting down the Netherrack would be a really cool way to get, like, a near infinite amount of experience, right? I think if I have Netherrack left over after my big goal... I think I'll use it for that because, like, I basically have a near infinite source of fuel with the, it's sticks you can use for fuel, right? So yeah, my bamboo farm is effectively an infinite source of sticks. Oh, I'm not going to make it over. Okay. Should we just do this up? Where am I actually going right now? Let me think about that before I... Yeah, where am I heading? Am I heading to... I think I'm heading... Yeah, I'm going over here. Okay, now I know. You don't want to waste a firework going to the wrong place. You want to make sure you get that locked down first. Okay, so... Oh, and that's a bad place for a ghast to spawn. Oh, I was going to get a boat, and I was going to get some beds. So beds are easier found on this side of my world. So just fly in, like it's no big deal. And let's do this. It seems like basically each state is its own country at times, which is dumb and confusing. See, okay, here's the fun one, right? Okay, I think the interesting thing about every layer of governance, because Funcat, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm not confusing you with someone else, you're from a relatively small country, right? I don't know the population of New Zealand off the top of my head. I know it's less than London. I think it's like 4.5 million people. So because you're from a country that is really small, you probably actually like your government and the systems. You feel like it at least somewhat represents you. There's probably some things you don't like about it, but you somewhat like your country. Whereas, have you ever heard an American go, man, the American government is just so well put together. You know, we can all disagree about some things, but can we agree that last election we had two really great candidates? Like, I liked them both equally. I was going to be happy regardless of who won. You know, you don't hear that ever, do you? So the general rule is the smaller a government is, the closer it is to the people, which can work out both ways. It can end up being much more corrupt because there's less oversight, but it can also be much more actually closely aligned to the needs. So it's always small countries that have like those super good schemes because you can do you can cover 100% of a population of 300,000 people so much easier than you can cover 100% of a population of 300 million. Like, how can 300 million people agree on anything besides maybe we shouldn't be invaded by Canada? Even then, a lot of people, I think some people might go, well, Canada, if they were looking to invade someone, maybe we should let them, a little blush going on there. Also, I think I got far too much wood out. I think I'm going to take, like, less than this. I'll take like half of a stack. Actually, I should make it a multiple of 3 so I get an even number of beds. So we'll take 15 of these and make 45 beds, or 20 beds. So now we take 60 wool. I've got a lot of black here, but I think black is more valuable. So take 60 wool, and now we can make 20 beds. And we're going to go on a big explosive path. It's going to be a lot of fun. The whole the interesting thing about governance is generally people think it's better when it's smaller, and so that's why federations are in the modern age the more successful type of country. If you can name a successful country, either it is small, like pick a metric to measure a country's success by, and you either have a really small country where the people have a direct influence on how they are being ruled, or you'll have a country which is federated, i.e. it's a big country but it's split into lots of small countries. So, even though Australia maybe a bad example, I think maybe a good example. So Australia is a lot bigger than New Zealand in terms of population. It's split into smaller chunks, if you want to look at like most of the countries that are doing bad on every metric, they're like a country of 150. Like the Dr. Congo is 80 million people that are all ruled from. I think it's Oh God! Oh Lord! That Elytra did not activate in the right time, and that's on me for not expecting that, I guess. Oh, also, I didn't bring enough wood for a crafting table. See, this is why you need to bring crafting tables with you everywhere. You just never know when you're going to need one. What about China? So China, okay, this is the funny thing about China. China is technically also a federated country. Like, there is a regional, what are they called? Premier, I think? I might be mixing that up with another country. It is in some ways highly centralized, but all the decisions that would affect, like the average person are technically made from, it's like America. When people think of America, they think of the president, whoever that may be at the time. But if you actually look at, I had to do some government things today. I didn't deal with, I didn't fly all the way to Washington, D.C. or deal with a federal U.S. agency. It was like I went to the Nevada Department for Motor Vehicles or whatever else it is. Most of the decisions are made, it's just the bigger ones are made by the big collective there, right? But yeah, the more people there is, the less. If when people criticize American politics, they're usually criticizing this big 300 million people being represented by one person in the case of the presidency, or hey, thank you. Been watching all of your, thank you for getting me off that track.
Super flag videos. Just got to the golden apple part. The pain of one missing.
Yeah, right. I can't believe how many times luck worked perfectly against me during that series, because it really was a lot of times, in my opinion. There was too many times, I would say. Okay, now we can mine up all of these. I'm gonna make sure I empty out my inventory just so we can see how many Netherrack blocks we actually get per explosion. I'm super curious. I'm taking a US federal government this semester. My professor is Irish. Expect to have some fun with that. I mean, actually, I'm guessing you're American, actually, by the fact that, you're not Irish, so that wouldn't be surprising. Like, Oh yeah, would you believe how many of my teachers in school were British? You won't believe this, but like most of them. By the way, my fun drink of the day, guess the color, is this. It's raw kombucha. I don't know what, honestly, even kombucha as a whole, it's like alcohol without alcohol. Like it's made from the same process, but different. And it's like it tastes bad and it's like awful, but people like it anyway. You have to question some kombucha expert, not me. But is it a blue bottle or is it a blue drink? It is flavored like Sacred Life. The flavor says Sacred Life. I'm not even joking when I say that. I hate drinks that are over the top. My English teacher in middle school was German. Oh yeah, you see, the best way to learn a language is to have already learned it. Whereas the way you learned English is you learned it in how you say from childbirth, and you learn from your parents. They're not good teacher. Okay, this is going Asian. That's not what I'm going for at all. Maybe it should be what I'm going for. It is blue flavored. Yeah, there's so many things in life where it's like, what flavor is it? Well, we can tell you that it's not blue flavored. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna make a crafting table. We always need more crafting tables, and this one's just gonna go nice and squarely over there. And now we can make 20 beds. Oh, I should probably make them, like, bit by bit. So let's see what one bed does to this just giant... Oh, man, that blaze. Where did you even come from? You know, I don't want to be questioned too much here, but it does seem a bit... Okay, it's fine. If you can get local kombucha, it'll taste better. You know, I think local anything will taste better. Not necessarily because it is better, but, like, there is a big... Yeah, I need to place this, like, in the middle of a big block of blocks. So, like, I need to place it not in this main tunnel. Like, up here somewhere, I want to say. So mine into the wall here. It'd also protect me from the explosion. I might die from this if I'm not careful. Oh, yeah, that was a lot of pain right there. Oh, and we activated some lava. Okay, so let's see. Oh, okay. I don't know what even happened there, but it's not going well for me. I should just put a gold helmet on at this point. It might save me a lot of pain. Okay, so let's run in there. Murder you. And we're good to go. So yeah, chat, what do you reckon about that? Was that useful? I got 17... Okay. Oh, okay, more of you. Let's go. Oh no, actual death is coming. Actual death. A perfectly inconveniently timed sequence of events there. Okay, let's get out. And let's eat. So yeah, from the last minute or so, I've got 17 Netherrack blocks. Honestly, that was not very good. That was not very... I'm gonna lose the blocks, and then I'm not even gonna really get anything valuable in return. I don't think that's a smart idea. Block your feet to stop a lot of the damage. Oh, you think it should be at the feet level where it matters? So like, yeah, maybe that's a better idea. It's like, go downwards. We'll give it a try. We'll give it a try. So let's mine into there a bunch. And then we'll place our Netherrack, and then we'll place our bed. Like there. And then if we protect our feet, which means going like that, right? No, that seems worse. Okay. So I'll just get round the corner here. Okay, this is scaring me. Oh, okay. So that was a lot more effective. Oh, and there's a wither skeleton over here. So let's punch over him. Yeah, these very awkward shapes are actually working against me more than they're working for me. So as you can see, okay, I actually can't see at all. We'll just mine into it. We'll find the big explosion hole. So yeah, basically every time we do this, we mine into lava, because there's just so much lava around. And so even though we're getting rid of a lot of blocks, I think the net result is not positive. Again, if we didn't care about the Netherrack, this would be a fine idea. It would be entirely acceptable. But because we care about actually receiving the blocks back, I don't think we should be doing this. I don't think this is smart for me as an idea. It's also really, really, like, I need blast protection to even consider. So I like the idea. I'm open to the idea of it being great in the future. Right now, on the other hand, seems a little overly risky. Bro, just use fire resistance already. You know, taking precautions. I don't think you're a true Toy Cat fan if you can watch and you think, Toy Cat, you know, the one thing that I bet that you yeah, if you think taking precautions is something that we're not doing, because we don't know about the precautions, then let me tell you some bad news. Okay, so I think this is what we do, nice and simply. Lots and lots of blocks in the nice pattern that we did right there. So cat, please read my cat. He keeps running away and then got pregnant from her brother. Well, I don't know why I needed to read about your cat incest. Is it cat incest? It is cat incest, right? I guess animal incest is like a normal thing. You know, take from that what you will. I don't think anything positive. But, you know, isn't that strange? Like, the way that most dog breeds are, like, cultivated is you breed dogs with their cousins over and over again. Honestly, high-class human families do the same, like, in the medieval times. Even basically now, like, if you look at the list of people whom the royal family can marry, it's like a really... Like, I didn't know this until recently. Okay, let's go with some royal family slander. I only learned this because I was looking into something, because everyone's like, oh yeah, Diana was like a commoner like everyone else, whereas Camilla's like a haughty-taughty. But like, actually, no, like, even though, you know, she was like actually attractive, which is a change for someone who's in a royal family, like, actually, it's like, no, actually, she was, she's not a normal person like you or me. She's actually just from a much higher social sphere than normal, just like 2 social spheres below the royal family. You know, isn't it weird that there is such a thing as like, oh yeah, there are families that are just born into, like, the fact that your name should only mean something, like, I guess if you've got a president's last name, people might be like, ooh, you know, they're gonna think more highly of you without knowing anything about you. But isn't that ridiculous? Isn't that a ridiculous quirk of like societies that have been around forever? Like, oh yeah, you might just, you can measure your relation to important families. Like, I know the Earl of Sandwich. I know the Duchess of Rochester. There's like so many ridiculous titles in there. Even, you know, it is very ridiculous. Oh man, why are wither skeletons spawning here en masse? What is it about this area in particular? I don't like what I'm seeing there. You know, I'm just gonna have to kill you, aren't I? What is with his aim? Can he just not shoot me from close enough up? But yeah, the number of mobs spawning here is getting higher, which is a concern. The more mobs we have to kill, the more mob drops we pick up, the more cluttered my inventory becomes, and the more I hate everything. But yeah, we're still picking up some blocks. That's what matters here. So get straight back to the mining crazy. I want to remove this big chunk of Netherrack because it makes the tunnel look shorter than it actually is, and we'll be good. Clickbait is the Duke of Minecraft. It's true. I am the Duke of Minecraft. Try and fact check that. You'll only come up with confirmatory articles and stories, because it's just the truth fact. It is the real truth, no doubt about it. But yeah, so you know, the thing about like small countries, big countries, why it's weird that big country, like we picture every country as being a roughly equal measurement, but like, and everyone knows that there are micro countries. Like Liechtenstein has 60,000 people. I think I'm overcounting. It might be 30,000, but it has a number of people measured in the tens of thousands. And you can obviously say, well, like, okay, well, there's, you know, 100-something million people in Mexico. Mexico's obviously a bigger deal of a country than Liechtenstein is. But then if you were to compare, you know, a subdivision of Mexico, like, oh wow, we got another wither skull. I'm gonna end up with so many wither skulls by the end of this, especially if if I keep accidentally making a wither skeleton spawner over here. We'll get a lot of coal as well. You know, I'm gonna start collecting coal. It might be useful. Oh wow, yeah, it's gonna be somewhat useful for something. I'll make a separate chest for these things because I'm gonna want that. So the separate chest goes over here in the ground, I guess. Just right here. Double chest. In goes all the mob drops we don't care about. Just I can burn the ones I don't really want later, but just for now, so I have a place for the coal. Because I don't like wasting the coal. It has some value somewhere in there. And yeah, this is easier than burning things. Toy Cat is not troubled. Minecraft is a game and he's having fun. You know, some would say that fun is relative to the observer, to the fun is in the eye of the man. This random spot is literally spawning in wither skeletons. I thought they were running over here until a second ago, but they're literally spawning here for some reason. So I'll mine out a ton of the blocks in front of them, see if that helps maybe. Yeah, clearly this is counting as a Nether Fortress, even though there's no Nether... Oh, okay, Nether Fortress here. Did I punch him? I didn't. We're good. I think it's clearly accidentally counting as a Nether Fortress. Why that is true is a interesting point, perhaps. But it is. It is. So, do the kill. I'm gonna throw the wool blocks in here as well. Just anything to... And also the polished deep slate. Like, I need that, but I don't need that right now. And then we can just get straight back to the task at hand, which is mining as many blocks as my pickaxe will allow. Which is only about 5,000. We're gonna go through so many pickaxes in this stream. Like, for real, that's one of the funny things about big projects, is you have to start accounting for, like, okay, there is so much mining that is gonna be done that we need, like, lots of tools. I have several dozen pickaxes specifically prepared for this reason. I could show you them sometime. But, yeah, I've done a full 1,000,000 Netherrack blocks before. Get a stack of Netherrack blocks. Was it worth it? Probably not. Yeah, that's the funny thing about mining Netherrack, is you mostly need to do it to get Netherite. So if you wanted to be the most efficient in making a tunnel, you'd do it in such a way where you'd mine Netherite. But I think this is all about travel time to me. I love big pieces of Minecraft infrastructure. And so I'm making sure that I'm effectively creating the best piece of that I can. As weird as that is to say out loud. I want Minecraft infrastructure. This is Minecraft infrastructure. Okay, slowly but surely making a dent. Always good to see. The more we dent, less there is. I predict a lot of why there's so many mobs in my tunnels a few years into the future. I think I can light it up with glowstone later. Maybe I should light it up with glowstone now, like bring a layer of that in the sides or something. That might be a good idea. What do you reckon, chat? Glowstone? Or do you think I should use a different light source block just to make it clear that it's artificial? Or if I do glowstone in a certain pattern, it'll be clear it's artificial. Like I think I can do some cool things. Like, for instance, what if the very middle block on the side there is a big block of glowstone? Frog lights? No, let's not use frog lights. I do like the idea behind frog lights, but my frog light farm doesn't work, and I don't want to admit that's a personal failing. If this is infrastructure, it deserves public art. That's a good point too. Yeah, we need to have some art pieces along it to keep me interested. That's a good point. You know what? Unplanned baby. Let's go for a nice Nordic style public infrastructure system where you can enjoy it not just for its contributions for society, but also, hey, thank you Darren Hughes for gifting 10 memberships. You know what? You're gonna okay. Let's find out right now what the goal is and how far away we are from it. Just let's have that be set in stone, because I feel bad being like we're closer. It's like using vague terms when you can be specific. Basically a crime. Basically. But yeah, thank you so much, and welcome to all the new members. Hope you're enjoying your new access to the Cool Cat Club. If you're not, well, that's a waste, isn't it? Okay, so right now, we have 455 members. Whoa. That's higher than I thought. I thought we were in the 300s. Hey, that's happy to hear. You know, I'm going to keep... That's the motivation I need to stream more often, clearly. Just remember, if you like these live streams, which have been a lot more frequent this week, becoming a member is the best way to support that. You can even help other people become members, as Darren Hughes is very aware. But yeah, so that means that our 600 goal, because we've gone above 500 naturally, and but the only time we've ever reached 600 naturally was when we had the cheap tier, which gave like a ridiculous percent of it to YouTube, and like basically nothing of it to me. So also, should I just place more off the blue ice finally? I think we should, because it gives me blocks with which I can mine into the tunnel with, which is good. And also lets me get away from the wither skeletons, which are... Yeah, I think I should light this place up. I think that's my new lesson I'm learning. This place needs to be lit. You know, the Nether tunnel is lit, but only metaphorically. We need to match that in real terms, I think. Oh, actually, I might place in the ground if I do this. Yeah, I need to remove these floor blocks first. Oh, do spiral glowstone. Oh, that's a cool idea, actually. Having it like spiral out. I like that as an idea. Oh god, I never mean to kill you. I just want you all to know that. Like, I'm only killing you because you're trying to kill me. This isn't anyone's desires. So yeah, There are going to be some serious mob spawning issues otherwise in this tunnel. Thank you so much to the 10 members who just joined, getting us closer to our 600 goal of the Texan accent only live stream, which is obviously a piece of public art, really, if you think about it too. Okay, so now, oh gosh, let's just ignore him for a bit and tunnel down here. Okay, more of you. Totally deal with that. Give me another wither skull. I could use that for something. So keep the tunnel going, just in a nice diagonal line. Man, they're spawning so close to me too. That's what makes it so weird. Is like usually there's like a big no touching distance. But yeah, congratulations to all of the new members, including Not Toxic. Congratulations on the gifted membership. I hope you choose to continue, but there's no obligation. You don't even have to opt out. It's like an opt-in if you want to renew the membership. And in the next 30 days, enjoy your desert well emojis. Your big salmon emojis is the biggest one. Honestly, you want to show people why Bedrock is the superior version of Minecraft? You better activate the heck out of those emojis in chat. But also, you have a membership-only video playlist filled with dumb videos that I really, really shouldn't release public, so did not. Yeah, it's a good time. If you want it to be. If you want it to be a bad time, you know, I'm sure we can oblige on that too. Okay, so run all the way through here. I love the fact that you can sprint and break Netherrack blocks. It's one of the more enjoyable facts in the world to me. And yeah, let's dump out some more garbage. Just all in here. It's not even that garbagey. It's just, you know, it's not the highest quality, is it? We're definitely going to start collecting coal blocks soon as well, which is, you know, maybe a fun thing. Maybe you could say. That was fun. Oh, that was the blaze, right? Should have known that. Should have definitely seen that coming. So, yeah, the more blocks I'm mining out, the more mobs are spawning, which I really... I think I've got to start lighting this up as a, like, immediate priority. Next stream, we're gonna spend a lot of time lighting. Making sure it's lit as full heck in here. Because that is very important. Okay, so this is a 2-layer. Is it a 2-layer? I don't even know. But let's mine everything up there. Just from here. If we can, just mine it up. Remove the blocks in the ceiling that are getting in the way. And hopefully the fewer the blocks around, the fewer mobs spawn. Maybe that doesn't work that way at all. Maybe it does. I don't even know. I just know I'm spending far too much time fighting mobs in a destruction project. But again, I'm getting levels, and I was at a super low level when I started this, so like getting those levels back while doing something important, it's not the worst thing in the world, it's just not the best thing in the world. I'm taking a lot of damage, and now it's being doubled, and oh, now it's being like basically tripled. Okay, lots and lots of mobs, all at the same time. Okay, we're great, we're wonderful. I definitely should start equipping some armor for this. That is definitely what should start happening. It's not gonna start happening, but I just want you all to know that I know I should do it, and I'm sticking to my rule about precautions. But my method involves breaking several shock boxes filled with XP bottles, occasionally stopping to repair my mending pickaxe. Yeah, I think if you have the level of like you know, like I never got into trading enough to be where I have like basically infinite emeralds. I have lots of emeralds. I have enough for like most things, but I never went beyond that, which I think is like one of my failings, my moral failings, in this Minecraft world. Because if I had basically infinite emeralds, then I could start trading for all the ridiculous stuff that like doesn't make any sense normally. You know, I could be using golden carrots exclusively right now. What a shame that I'm not. What a grand shame. Superflat got corrupted, says Indigo Golem. I made a new update to the Superflat saga explaining how we got uncorrupted. If you haven't seen it, I'm going to guess you haven't by that. Oh, also, the blue ice has a slight amount of light to it. So that's the real reason we're placing it. I don't know why it only has light on Bedrock. If you're a Java player, you're hearing that and you're thinking that can't be true. It's not true on Java. Why is it true on Bedrock is something they've never even explained. But it is true. You can take my word for it, probably. And then, yeah, this is going to be our perch from which we can mine all the extra blocks off from. It'll take us right into here for now. Yeah, there's a lot of thoughts about what has to be done here. Not a lot of progress yet, though. So, mine the blocks, destroying my pickaxe slowly. I need to get lots and lots of blocks, so I can update the title next stream with a nice high number. I learned so much from that series. Yeah, no, I like it a lot for that reason. It's like, it's proving you can do something impossible in Minecraft and showing all the ridiculous steps along the way that make it possible. I like that, like practical, well, not even that practical, but like weird things that theoretically can be practical. Like making something practical from the weird theoreticals of Minecraft. I think that's why a lot of people like, you know, love it or hate the, you know, the pre-planned nature of it. Perhaps you could even say scripted nature of it. But the manhunt thing with Dream, you know, like it's not what it says it is, but it is like a showing of like, here are some impressive moves in Minecraft that you could blow people's minds with if you want to. Like, again, I've never watched it. I just know, like, people always say, like, oh yeah, this thing you showed in a video in 2012 showed up there. Like, oh ho ho, I can't believe you watched some stills. And it's like, well, no, it's probably just it's a Minecraft weird thing that I found while playing around. And, you know, like, everyone plays around Minecraft, finds the same thing. Also, Funcat, thank you for gifting a membership. That's fun. You know, now the person whose membership you just gifted, they've got a Chinese character for a name, they'll always know that it was you who gave it to them. Or maybe they won't know. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're AFK right now. But let's hope they're not. Let's believe it's great. Third time gifted. Thank you so much. You're a lucky person. You're a very lucky person. Okay, so this is making the area bigger just meant that bigger magma cubes could spawn, which is actually the opposite of good as far as I'm concerned. But the tunnel's getting wider, and that's good news, right? That's definitely good news. But yeah, doing anything precise in here is going to be impossible till we start making some additional light sources. And also, I'm just going to go through so much food. Because, like, look at this. Every time I take damage, it takes away... Oh, man. They're just everywhere. Just mobs all over the world. Maybe I should bring my own batch of mobs here to, like, take up the hostile spawn count. Like, have a little blaze farm in the corner. Might be a smart idea to have a blaze farm running. I don't know if it's smart to stop a project midway through to start a farm, but you better believe that I want to do it anyway. Okay, so that is coming from up there, right? No, it's not. It's coming from in there. We remove that one block, and the rest of it goes away. Perfect. And then we get right back to the mining. Just as many blocks going away as possible. I think I broke a ceiling block there. No, I didn't. Okay. Only Toycat can go AFK during a Toycat stream. You know what? How about we go AFK for a bit? Who likes that as an idea for the stream? Let's do it. AFK time. Okay. To you real quick. Let's get with me. You want to die as well? If you want to die, I am here to offer that. Oh Christ! Blaze spawner does not count towards the mob count. Why? No. If it was the blaze, but if there were blazes, you know, I'm not saying the blaze spawn up. If there were like a ton of blazes sitting there, you know, like ready to be killed, they would count towards the mob count because they are mobs. If that's my understanding of the word mobs. Oh Christ, yeah, this is this is getting very unwieldy. There's just so many mobs. Yeah, I think the spiral technique might be the best way to stop mob spawning everywhere. I think for now, if we place torches in the center, that might be a temporary fix. I don't even know if that's true though. But I think we have to try something, because this is ridiculous. Like, you can see them spawning in front of me right now, right? Like, okay, so I didn't want to do that. Just place torches every so often, all the way down here in the center. It lights up enough blocks that we should see fewer mobs spawn. And then the tunnel is great and wonderful. 100% cow art stream. Okay, so yeah, you know, the cow art, as we all know, highest quality piece of art that exists. You know, we should build the cow art in Minecraft. Let's build a giant cow somewhere in this tunnel so you can enjoy it while you're on your blue ice journey, right? That to me seems like a logical thing to do. So now when we remove blocks above this, we're actually bringing light to more places, which is why we're doing it and why it's such a great idea. Boom. And also having the lower end pickaxe is better because it means I won't break the blue ice by accident. Lots of good things happening today. Love to see it. Break like crazy, bring light to more of the world, and bring joy to it as well. OMG, please beat a cow. Yeah, that is definitely gonna happen. We'll have it somewhere in this tunnel will be a huge piece of public's work art. We could even do it with democracy, right? We could Democracy built an art monument. You know, that's a fun idea. I don't know how we're going to do that precisely, but I want that real bad. I want a democratic piece of work in this tunnel. Yeah, that's what we'll do. I don't know how that's going to work, but it is what we're going to do. We're going to make a beautiful, 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 beautiful cow. Yeah, it's gonna be the world's best cow. You know, people are gonna look at the cow and say, "Wow, I've seen many beautiful cows in my life, but your beautiful cow, your big beautiful cow, is the biggest, most beautiful cowest of all of those." And I'm gonna say, "Yeah, cool, thanks for telling me." It's gonna be great. I'm gonna play it off like I don't even love this cow, but this cow is gonna be my pride and joy, my magnum opus. What does magnum opus actually mean? I know the phrase. Also, hey, thank you, Funcat1. That was the actual last one. Can't keep gifting, I'm not rich. Lol, here's another tip for you to look at. Thank you very much. Do you know most people aren't rich? I mean, you might not know that, but now you do. No, it is it's a funny thing where people, I've noticed this in lots of aspects of life. The way we spend money is this very, like, opaque thing. So, like, if we're not spending money on something, we have to say it's because we're not rich. And if we are spending money on something, it's because, like, you know, it's just the thing. Like, it's almost this implication. I think it's like a very middle class implication. They're like, oh yeah, you would spend money on every single thing that you would want if you just had money. But I think, like, for a world to actually function, we need to be more. You need to be selective and say, I will only buy the most important things within reason to me. Like, even though it would bring me some small amount of joy to, you know, what's a silly example? To spend $100 on a giant Shadow the Hedgehog plush, or I don't think I'd want that actually. If it was giant, you know, actually having it if it was big enough. Like I've seen this giant Lugia, like what's the word? Inflatable. It takes up an entire room. That would be fun to me. It would be impractical in a lot of ways, and I would look at it and I'd say, but yeah, basically, what I'm trying to say with this is. There can be things that you want, but also things that you're not actively looking at getting right now, without the explanation having to be financial, right? Like a lot of people make interesting financial decisions all the time, and that, you know, even though maybe that shouldn't be, maybe there's a fun thing in there. That does seem to be the norm. Oh, also the easiest way I could light this up, because by the way, it does seem as though lighting it up has worked wonders. The easiest way to light this up more effectively would be to let's place this Netherrack brick block in there. I think if I just use my my flint and steel, I could do some good stuff. The reason I don't want to is because I don't want to destroy blocks that I'd otherwise be getting. But I think it's a great idea otherwise. Although that wither skeleton did spawn quite close to a torch, did he not? So maybe we just got lucky that no mobs have been spawning. Maybe it's nothing to do with the torches we've been placing. I don't know, man. I'm just mining the blocks as we go. So, okay, yep. Immediately turn around and there's some blazes here. Okay, so, I think the time has come, chat. I think, this is a big moment for all of us together. We're gonna see what color the blue beverage is. Is it blue, or is it just the bottle? You know, like Mountain Dew is the example where it is that color, right? There are all sorts of, you know, Coke isn't actually black. It's just a black bottle. If you pour it out, it's actually clear. Fun fact, most people don't know that. But the most fun, you know, I sometimes like just saying things that I know someone's gonna be like, but that's not true. So I can't. That's you know, like saying the most obviously wrong things too. Because if you state something where like you genuinely could be confused, like, oh yeah, lobster and crabs are actually the same animal. Is that true? Is a crab roll the same as a lobster roll? It sounds like it would be the same thing. They're both clawy animals, right? You know, can you really call lobsters animals? More like insects. You know, like, can you call a fly an animal? Like, it is an animal. It's like humans on the other end, where like, you know, we are animals, but also we're kind of special, right? You know, we're kind of magical over here. You know. Anyway, so wow, I was that person. Now you know that lobsters and crabs aren't the same animal. Bet you didn't know that before. I mean, they're pretty similar, but the evolutionary logic behind them is different. The way that they came to be. Also, just look how many of them. Look at this. This is getting silly. Like, these guys are lucky that I genuinely am going to enjoy their coal and whatnot. For 14 internet points, the capital of Kentucky is in what state? It's in Kentucky, silly. Yeah, let's pour it out. Let's get a nice view of the tunnel. I like to show that off while I'm doing non-Minecrafty things, because I like to also appreciate what we're doing here across these many streams. It takes a lot of mining, but the end result is mostly pretty good. Destroy all the way along here, lots and lots of blocks, and just make a big mess of it, really. Right up to here, where we can jump up, and where we can go and look at our tunnel. Man, isn't this something special? Isn't this? Right? Yeah, I like this tunnel so far. Okay, so here is my... Oh, well that's not smart, is it? Well, at least blue ice is strong enough that it doesn't get blown up by ghasts. You know, I'm just gonna fight back. Okay, no I'm not. I don't have to. Okay, so... Come on, just... There we go. No, okay, you know, I hate this. I'm done. I'll just go deeper in the tunnel where a ghast can't get me. Okay, so as I was saying before, the ghast so rudely interrupted me. Here is my blue drink. Is it blue or is it clear? What do you reckon, chat? What color is the drink on the inside? I actually can't tell. Oh, it's a clear plastic cup. What color is it? Oh, it's not even like it's slightly blue. That is like a deep blue beverage. Huh. It smells terrible. It smells... If someone served you a drink that smelled like this, you would say, sorry, I think you served one that died 3 years ago. Oh, it's really tasty though. The taste makes up for it in every way. Oh, it's so delicious. Mmm. If you guessed clear, you are wrong. This is breaking the streak of clear beverages in non-clear containers. Mmm. I love the spirulina I can taste, and the see, blue should be a fun flavor, like blueberries or blue raspberry, which apparently is beet rainus. Oh Christ, but it's not that at all. And that's disappointing. That is deeply disappointing. Anyway, let's destroy some more blocks. Bring the tunnel more in line with what we're going for over here. Just doing a little bit of clearing out. I can't believe Toy Cat still has his helmet in between his cheeks. That is true. Look at my cheeks. That's beautiful. Anyway, you didn't read my tips with Polly E. Paying this much Toy Cat tax, as that's what I think you're worth in this moment. Thank you, Polly E, for thinking I'm worth £2.50. I'm almost worth a meal deal, which is crazy when you think about it, right? The meal deal is the combination of a sandwich, a snack, and a drink. That means you think if I'm £2.50, I'm like the majority of a meal deal. I'm the sandwich and the snack. I'm just missing the drink. In fact, I'm probably the sandwich and the drink. Let's not overinflate my value. But like, still, I am worth a delicious beverage and a sandwich to you. You know, that is truly the highest compliment I think I've ever received. Maybe, you know, yeah, I don't think anyone has ever said anything that has hit me to my core as much as that, Polly. You know what, chat? Let's play a fun game. Well, one of the things I like to do during these streams where we have infinite time is to talk about... we get to talk about some non-Minecraft things too. Because like I was saying about how like Minecraft updates, it means something different for everyone. Even the word Minecraft. Like when you're talking about Minecraft, you know, what do you mean when you just say Minecraft? Do you mean all the games? Do you mean just the version you're playing? If you ask someone, do you want to play Minecraft with me? What is the implication of which version you mean? It depends on the context, right? Even the words don't define the situation, the context does. Even though the words are meant to define the situation. Yeah, as fun as that is, I wanna talk a little bit. Like I always enjoyed it. It's never caught on as a series of like bad advice. But tell me some things, chat. Tell me something bad that's going on in your life, like right now. I'll start so you believe that I'm not trying to trick you into doing something terrible. Yeah, something bad in my life is I'm having like real bad indecisiveness of like, I want to do a thing really bad until I get to the point, and then I'm like, okay, so I've got to make this count. This was really important. And then there's so much pressure on me that I do nothing and I do the easiest, laziest option. And like, but that's what I was trying to avoid. Like, But then if you don't put any pressure on, then 2 weeks pass and you haven't done the important thing. And it's like, oh man, that's also terrible. And so, yeah, it's a really fun thing. I'm really decisive too, or am I? Nah, you're not indecisive at all. I'm definitely indecisive. I'm 100% sure of that. And you are not indecisive in the slightest. My dad died last week, says the local lesbian. See, on the one hand, you're thinking to yourself, I think that I've never had like a death that close to me in the family. But I think the thing about death is that it's like this really interesting reminder of not only your own mortality, but also that like, it's like the thing I said earlier, not only do people one day die, but one day the memories do too. But for now, you're well protected from that second point, because you will remember you'll be at an ice cream store or something dumb, and you'll think about something that the person said, and like, isn't that crazy? Isn't that a nutty thing? That like, yeah, there's an extra life going on all of that. I told my mum that I'm non-binary, and she told my dad. They both think non-binary isn't real, so that's a whole thing that's happening. I think when it comes to, like, I've considered this a lot. Like, ideally, you want your family to be supportive of basically everything you do, right? Like, if you say that you're going to be a plumber, you want your parents to go, yeah, that's awesome, I agree with that, rather than going, no, you're going to be a doctor. You want people in your life who are supportive of the choices that you make in that life. You need them to ideally also be a check on, like, is this even a good idea? But the biggest problem is when they don't even understand what you're saying and they still disagree. Like, it's one thing if you say, I want to be a plumber, and your parents are like, nah, being a plumber, like, your knees aren't good enough for it, or, let's be honest, you like things that are, you're a lazy person, you wouldn't be good at a physical job, something like that. It's mean, but it's a good check. Whereas not understanding is like, well, what can you even do with that? And the answer is you just have to. Well, the answer that we socially come to. Also, hey, whoa, $100 tip. Thank you so much, Darren Hughes. You're having a. Thank you so much for the generosity. Appreciate it so much. I hope that your day is going excellently. I hope that it is. I'm glad to have seen you 3 streams in a row. Hope you have a good rest of your Saturday. I'm looking forward to the rest of my Saturday. To solve my indecision issue, I tried to like plan some things out in advance, and so I planned out a really exciting plan for breakfast today. But the breakfast place didn't open till 10:30, and it's like, how does breakfast start at 10:30? In what world is that the correct time for breakfast to start? So a little bit confused or mad or whatever about that. But yeah, my dinner plan is a lot more fun, and I don't know why I only ever have afternoon tea outside the UK. I feel like it's like the British thing, but I feel like as a result, I really love the idea of eating lots of little pastries rather than or lots of little cakes or sandwiches or anything. It's much better. Also, I saw a message and I lost it. Where is it? Girl with Cats, by the way, nice name. I've been eating a lot of dairy products and I'm lactose intolerant. You can buy something called Lactate. I'm sure you know this if you're lactose intolerant. But it eats up the stuff in your stomach for you. It's pretty handy in that way. Yeah, I must have misread a tip from someone. I'm fat and eat 20 sweets and biscuits. I know it's bad, but I still do it. Yeah, that's the biggest misconception we have about people who make not lifestyle decisions. That's implying something else. But like a lot of unhealthy things in life, we assume like, oh yeah, people just don't know. But it's actually like, well, like it turns out that like not liking your life and making poor, like dietary decisions have a really high overlap. Because I want to say it's something to do with not only the way certain processed foods are, like they don't fill you up, they don't send your stomach the signal that you have eaten, so you eat more of them than you should. But also, when you are, like, it's a normal human response. When you're stressed, you overeat sometimes and you don't eat other times. I I could guess that the reason that that's true is because, you know, out in the wilderness, if you're stressed, it's probably something that's life or death, and so you need to not eat for a while. Like, you know, like you should, like, if you're stressed because, oh yeah, the source of food that the tribe has expelled me, the source of food that I use has been expended. I have to drink blue juice that doesn't taste very good and might make me sick. It won't. It's got to be good for you. Know, why do we just assume that if things taste bad, they're good for us? Because that's how, like, conditioned we are by unhealthy food being delicious. They were like, if it's not, you know, like, maybe I'm wrong here, maybe I'm... Oh, okay. Maybe this is just my take. But as far as I can tell, every place that tries to be healthy actually just makes things taste terrible and goes, yeah, it's so natural. Or maybe actually to everyone else it tastes delicious, but because I have such a background in eating those things. Stressed backwards is desserts. Oh, that's actually true, Dan Marsh. I thought that was one of those fake acronyms, like, did you know that Minecraft backwards is epic cool game? It's true. You can fact check that one. You'll find that I am in the right there. I bet you didn't know that, but now you do. Now you know about the epic coolest game in existence. Also, yeah, I think we broke a pickaxe just today. This pickaxe was basically full earlier, so that's fun. That's a good sign. Acute stress causes less food intake, but in our modern society, chronic stress is nearly norm, and that can have the opposite effect. Yeah, exactly. Like stress causes food intake to go up and down massively. And this is one of the weirdest things that, like, I don't think is as intuitive. Like, everyone knows intuitively, like, eat foods that are bad for you have bad health outcomes, short term and long run, right? But what a lot of people don't realize is that eating irregularly, like, skipping a meal seems like it's the best way to reduce the amount of food you eat. Like, if you eat 2 meals rather than 3, then you'd expect you'd eat less food because you're eating 1 less serving of food. But actually it means that you eat more because your body doesn't know when it's next going to get fed, so it way overconsumes. You know, like, as you can imagine that you would do naturally if you're in the same situation. And so, one of the interesting quirks of that is that, yeah, if you are stressed a lot and it causes you to stop eating, over enough time, you start then having the opposite effect where you stock up. But because you're stressed so often, you're stocking up every meal. And that's where you get people who have, like, eating disorder level, but, like, you know, the other side of, like, you know, I eat 3 Big Macs for lunch, and then I have a pizza for dinner, and I have 2 bowls of cornflakes for breakfast. And it's like, ignoring the, you know, values of that, it's like, that's too much food for any diet, unless you are physically active, you know, an ungodly amount of time in the day. Like, if you look at bodybuilders, or, like, you know, people on, like, World's Strongest Man or whatever, and their diets, it's always interesting. Also, I don't like that these guys don't ever attack each other. They should definitely get into that. Also, how many of them are there? Should we just... You know, I'm going to make a gold helmet. I've decided. The time has come for me to make a gold helmet, because this is just too much. This is just too much. But yeah, you're hungry again, aren't you? I'm actually not. Actually, wait, am I hungry? If you want to hear about my breakfast, so I couldn't go to my breakfast place I wanted to go to. There was, it was a place called Crossroads. They had something called a bagel tower. I don't know what a bagel tower is, but I'm invested, right? The idea is good enough that I don't need to hear about what the execution is. But yeah, so I got instead it's like a sandwich, but they use a waffle for the bread. Like, they fold a waffle in half around. It was some bacon, some avocado. I think it was like an ALT, avocado, lettuce, tomato, with some chicken and some bacon thrown in there too. That was, you know, I guess the B that's part of the BLT. I guess it was a ABLT and ABLT. Oh no, it's LBTA. It's like most of the letters in the rainbow, right? And yeah, let me tell you, it's delicious. You know, if you want to convince people about, you know, people who live different lives to them and that they're all okay, give them a LBTA sandwich and BLTA. You know, you get what I'm saying, yeah. Anyway, I did a delicious sandwich with waffles for bread. I think we should play around with like, sandwich bread is so bad. Sandwich bread is the worst thing on the planet. Like, I'm not even exaggerating when I say that. Like, if you think like, oh, actually, I think I think, you know, the civil war in Syria is pretty bad. No, it's not as bad as sandwich bread, and you're ridiculous if you think it is. And let me tell you why that is. Let me tell you why sandwich bread is the worst thing on the planet. By far. Not even. It's not even like it's close. It is just a horrendous existence over there. Also, so many blazes here. I'm gonna head further forwards in the tunnel because we got a lot of inventory space, and so we can mine all of these blocks out here, make this tunnel just a little bit wider and nicer. But also we can make the tunnel longer, which is what's important, because I want to be able to run across its entire length at some point soon. That would be cool in my opinion. So then we mine up here. We want to bring it back up a few layers as soon as we can. Nice, up we go. And then we keep mining diagonally. I don't think this diagonal lines up in the slightest. Just mine through here until we get to something that I recognize. Just lots and lots of destruction. This is the really fun bit of tunneling, is when you don't care about the shape at all. You're destroying a lot of blocks, and that's all that matters. So I think I have to destroy blocks upwards from here to make this actually connect. So let's jump up, and let's do precisely that. There we go. Okay, so I think yeah, up there is my path from before, and there we have it. Oh no, we don't have anything at all. It's really hard to make a staircase when you're just indiscriminately mining like this. You realize that's your beef with sandwich bread, lol. You know what? What if I don't? What if I justify sandwich bread's existence by talking about it? No, so bread is this delicious thing. It's got like a chewiness to it. It's got like a you bite it and you get this breadiness flavor. Sandwich bread is just, oh yeah, it exists and it vaguely holds sandwich filling together. But here's the worst thing about sandwich filling. We could use these we could use some cheese and we could use proper things, some deli meats maybe. But instead what we usually do is we're like, yeah, we just grab the most shelf-stable ingredient. Because we make all these sacrifices in our world towards the altar of, you know, like a long life, basically, right? We want things to last a very long time. It's a noble enough goal, you might say. But the problem with the goal, as far as I'm concerned, sandwich bread is still bread. You know what? Sandwich bread is an insult to the notion of bread. We changed the meaning of bread so that sandwich bread would fit it, and I'm not happy with that. Sandwich bread, bottom tier, absolutely. There's nothing that even comes close to being as bad as sandwich bread. You know, I'm not going to explain anything. I think that's perfectly enough. I don't like sandwich bread. You shouldn't like sandwich bread. If you like sandwich bread, you're incorrect. Your head is wired on incorrect. Your head is sewn on incorrectly. Because that's how heads are attached to bodies, I'm pretty sure. Parma ham. Yeah, I was on a road trip recently to something family event. Anyway, and we went to like you know, like we pulled off at a service station to get some snacks on the way, and you know, everyone else is getting like salads and sandwiches, and I just got like a giant pack of Parma ham, a giant pack of I forget actually what it was. I think it was salami. I'm just gonna eat some meat. I sometimes that's just a craving you get, you know. Sometimes you really wanna consume all. It's weird how sometimes you crave specific things, right? Really, your body should just not be picky and should say if it's food, it's food. But you know, if you like food enough, you get picky about food. You don't just want food, the very idea. You want, you know, like right now, I want a bagel tower. You know, like a perfect bagel where it's like, it's fresh, it's great, and you know, it's not fake bread in your mouth. You know, some cream cheese. It's cold and it's got some real flavor to that. And then it's got some salmon on there too. So you got I don't even know how to describe the flavor of salmon. I should look up food words so I can talk about food and it actually makes sense to people. What is salmon? It's not meaty. It's fishy, I guess. You got that fishy taste, which we all want all the time, right? Fishy is good. Cheese about bread is the best 3 a.m. snack. Oh yeah, this, you know, if you claim not to do this, I know you're a liar. The best thing in this entire world is it's 3 a.m. and you know, you want a little bit of food. And so you just go straight into the fridge. I placed that chest wrong. You know, maybe I didn't. Maybe no one sees the chest is placed wrong. I think rather than placing these vertically, I should have placed them in the ground, because then I could have kept them there and it would have been interesting. Or maybe I shouldn't have, I don't even know. Let's, for now, just place our Netherrack away. There's another double chest we're going to be filling today. It's going to be great. Okay, now I'm hungry, I'm going to eat another slice of chocolate cake. You're worth another slice of chocolate cake. You know what, Angela? Most people here, if they said they were having a slice of chocolate cake, I'd say you haven't earned that. You'll have that chocolate slice, but you know what? I think you've earned your chocolate slice cake. I think the chocolate slice cake should be honored. Chocolate cake slice, not slice cake. Yeah, I'm trying to work out. I'm trying to celebrate a big event, chat, and I'm trying to work out what do you do to celebrate it. You know, I don't wanna share what the event is for a little bit, but there's a big event that just happened. You know, I'll share the event. The event is that I finally, you know, had a sandwich made out of waffles. It was delicious. But I'm having a big event, and there's this funny thing where it's like, you want to make a big celebration, but you don't know what. And that's why I'm thinking of, it's the thing I was saying earlier, like, or like last stream about, like, brain type A and brain type B. Like, there's the part of your brain which can be analytical, there's the part which can just enjoy things. Like, the nicest thing you can do for yourself is use your analytical brain to plan nice things for your not as analytical brain. You know, that's basically what, like, planning at most events is. It's like saying, ooh, I did this for you, other part of me. Also, thank you very much, Pandas, for the $5 tip. You know what? I never thought that an entire species of animal would tip me. But now I know the feeling that there is. Yeah, and you know what? It's a good feeling. Thank you very much for it, Pandas. Much appreciated. Okay, so I need to place something in there quickly. And there's probably a few blocks destroyed, but that's okay. If it's personal, maybe a really swanky dinner. If it's social, then night out, dinner, drinks, party. See, right, but I'm a believer. This is one of the worst things. I want to do something like, to me though, that should be like the small scale. When it's like big scale good, you got to do like something silly where you remember like, oh yeah, that was a dumb idea. Like last Halloween, I took 100. I couldn't tell you what 100 ounces is in liters without doing some maths first. But I drank 100 ounces of one of the drinks that are like that big, and I just drank it throughout Halloween. The amount of sugar in 100 ounces of sugary liquid must be way worse than the amount of alcohol in there. But yeah, it cost like $50 or something, and it was like, it came with a neck strap so you could hang it around your neck because it was as tall as my body was. And like, you know, I remember that fondly. It was terrible, especially, you know, moments after that. But I like to do something unique if it's like, you know, because the memory is what you're really trying to do. You're trying to memorize the life event with the thing you did after it. Maybe that's silly. Maybe we shouldn't do things that way. But it's the way I want to do it. That sounds fun. So yeah, I'm gonna come up with it. I've got to come up with it by, I guess, soon. But I'm gonna do so. Skydiving. You know, I really want to go skydiving. And I wish I hadn't learned about retinal detachment. Because one of my friends, I mentioned it to a friend, they're like, oh yeah, I wanted to do that until I learned about, you know, like 1 in every 100 people has their retinas detached. It's like, what do you mean your retinas detached? That doesn't make any sense. And then you look it up and you're like, oh, their retinas detach. They're skydiving, and then their retinas get detached from the rest of their eye. You know, the little circle bit. It's, how does that even happen? How do they put that back? What does that all mean? And yeah, I feel like retinal reattachment might be expensive. Because I have travel insurance that covers me when I'm in America. But the problem is I can't do extreme sports. So I can go skiing, which is actually really rare that travel insurance covers that correctly. But I can do skiing, but I can't do like off-slope skiing. Also, if I just get the piglins up there, they'll deal with the skeleton for me. So that is my new plan. Let the piglins do the magic. There we go. Problem solved. I love when mobs kill other mobs on my behalf. That is just the best thing. Absolutely the best. I think you went to wear special goggles though. I hope the goggles have solved the issue of retinal detachment. I'm going to keep saying it, because it's a real horror brain of mine. If they have solved that issue, that makes me a very happy person. If they have not, then I am still not happy. Also, yeah, we're going to keep on keeping the tunnel pattern going. Important to do. My pickaxe is very, very dead now, by the way, so probably important that I stop using that one. Or chat, you know what? We'll let you vote, chat. Should we destroy the pickaxe? Destroy the pickaxe. Yes. No. Repair it. Let's see what chat wants. You can have the say on what happens to this pickaxe here to end out the stream. That is your choice, chat. One more free slot. You know, that's true, Anchor22. More free slots. Ooh, I'm interested. It's close to 50-50. I thought everyone would just like go for the cathartic, like, yeah, I want to see a pickaxe be destroyed. It seems as though there's a much more complex undertone to people's emotions about it. Who would have expected? Not me, that's for sure. Okay, so the tunnel is now massively clearing up. Look how many fewer blocks there are. Oh yeah, we're gonna avoid the wither skeleton, just fly right up. Oh, that was pointless. And that was also pointless. You know, getting up there is still very challenging. I should definitely place a block up there or something. We're on 58% of people saying no, repair it now. He's gonna destroy it anyway. You know, that does sound more like me than what I was gonna do, which is listening. So I should just not. You're right. It would be the only way that people get what they actually expect. Is if I don't listen. If I listen, I'm gonna be surprising and confusing people, which is unfair of me, really, if you think about it. Also, yeah, having a blaze up there is a little bit frustrating. There's not much I can do about that besides run away, which I guess we'll do right now. The illusion of democracy. Now, if you want to know about the illusion of democracy, just wait till the mob vote. Oh, we learned some more details about that, by the way. I should make a Q&A Saturday so we can talk about it. Apparently, all the news videos are combined together in the form of Q&As, which is a fun way to do them, I guess. Okay, mine some more blocks. Mine some more blocks. I'm gonna go mine all the more blocks. Would you rather a zombie apocalypse or World War III? If you say World War... I mean, World War... Okay, what, like... This is a tragic truth, but wars are generally very good for the winner's economy. And so, presuming you're in a country you think would win a war, it's actually pretty great. Because all of the resources are suddenly shifted to, like, making basically public domain stuff. Like, one of the weird... yeah, military spending is something I'm against on the basis of we use it to kill people. But a lot of the things the military does eventually become civilian technology. So, you know, GPS is this military installation that anyone can use to work out exactly where they are on Earth at any point in time. We invented it because we needed to work out where soldiers were at any given point in time. And then we accidentally worked out, like, oh yeah, I guess people could use this too. And then I want to say it was during the 80s that the US was just like, yeah, I guess let's let people see exactly where they are all the time, because why not, right? And yeah, Toy Cat is as valuable as a desert well. Thank you. If only there was a card you could get me that said precisely that fact. The last Q&A was chef. I can't say the word chef. Chef kiss good. Why is the word chef pronounced chef? You know, it's clearly chef, right? It's, you know, it's Jeff with a CH. Why do we say it? You know, I bet it's the French again. Whenever there's a language inconsistency in English, it's because of the French. You can blame, you know, whenever there's a problem in the world, it's because of the French. You know, the only reason we know about good bread is because French people exist. You know, even when they make something good, they ruin the thing. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, it looks like chat has overwhelmingly agreed to keep it.
For this mob vote, we should vote for the moon that breaks the system.
Do you mean the mob that breaks the system? You know, you probably mean the moon that breaks the system. You know, the moon will break the system. You ever consider how the moon is like potentially... You ever see the moon with your own eyes, or have you only ever seen it in videos and pictures? You know, not a single person has ever looked at the moon and lived to tell the story, which is pretty suspicious if you ask me. It's pretty suspicious. And so, yeah, oh Christ, how did I throw away my pickaxe? Man, you guys, okay, I'm gonna make gold stuff. I've decided. This is too much. This is actually gonna, oh, okay. No. Okay, that was a little bit close for comfort. So here's what we've ended up with so far. Chat, if you're curious. It's looking better and better. The more we add, once we hit render distance, it'll look as good as it will ever look from a distance. But it's looking better and better, right? I'm really liking it. We're gonna have to add like a glowstone ring or something. I think there's a few fun ideas in there. But so far we've gotten ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 double chests. So 7 times, it's 3,400. We'll just call it 3,500. 3,500 per chest times 7 is 21,000 plus 3,500. 24,500 plus another, what do we got in this chest? What is that, like? Just under, we'll call it 1,000. We'll call it 26,000, actually. 26,000 blocks have been mined, and there are still more blocks to go. If you'll believe it, there is still a lot more blocks to go, because this has to go some serious distance. You know, actually, I'm not going to end it yet. You know, I changed my mind. We were going to have our big prelude to the outro, but no, actually, what I want to do instead. What I want to do instead here. So yeah, the chat. Also, yeah, I totally agree. The mob vote this year is going to be really interesting because this is the first time that everyone can vote. It really confuses me, but there's so many people who said like, yeah, I can't make a Twitter account. I don't want to make a Twitter account, so I'm not going to vote. You know, imagine if, you know, your forefathers died for your right to vote, and then you're saying, but, you know, who can be bothered registering? Side note, registering to vote in the real world is actually like a really involved process. Don't ever try it. Just, because then you become eligible for jury service. That's terrible advice. Please vote. But, yeah, if you don't know, now you know. But, yeah, registering is like a whole process in the real world because of like electoral safeguards. We want to make sure that when people vote, they're actually the person they say they are. It's terrible. It's a giant affront to something or other. But anyway, yeah, now we'll move the tunnel upwards. We also should work out a base layer maybe, but for now, this is the tunnel. Also, just a donor for the heck of it, any idea when the next Flat World stream is? So the plan is to do it October the 1st. October the 1st is going to be the next Flat World stream. It could be that we delay it to the next Thursday in that week. And maybe October the 1st is a Thursday. But it'll be the first week in October. I might schedule a live stream ahead of time so people know like when to expect it, roughly speaking. But yeah, we're gonna move this way. Maybe we should make the base of this that actually. You know, it's too late. Let's just fly that way to that part of the tunnel. Make it clear. Oh, well that's interesting. We can connect these up later. Let's fly over there. I want to like mentally look at just how much we have left to do. Because if we're at 25,000 blocks, we should be 1/6 of the way through. I don't think we're anywhere near 1/6 of the way. I think we have to do a better calculation. And I don't think I'm going to like what we find out when we do that better calculation. But, yeah, let's mine our way through here. Just a ton of blocks all over the place. I want to get a feel on it. I think we're not that far now. We're at 600, 300. Yeah, we've traveled some serious distance. We're almost at the end, but we must keep on going. So, just like that. Fly another bunch of blocks. There we go. Okay, is this the end? Oh, no, then there's then there's a whole nother tunnel, which obviously is expected. And then at the end of this tunnel, there we go, that's the portal. So that is the journey we're trying to do. There's no way we're 1/6 completed. I think we've made a horrendous error in the number of blocks. So the title for the next live stream in this will have the accurate number in it, I hope. I imagine. I don't know if we're going to like what we find out when we see that accurate number. Throw this away too. And now let's mine all the way back through here. Mine the blocks in the ceiling too. Make it a little bit wider as we go. Yeah, there's no way this is even humanly possible. October 1st is a Saturday. Nah, October 1st is a Monday. That's you might doubt me, but it's true. Your calendar might doubt me. But let's wait till October the 1st before we judge, huh? Let's wait till October the 1st. Then we'll see what day it really is. But yeah, let's mine our way through here. Do all of our magic. Let me quickly confirm I didn't. Oh, I got a ton of messages. Make sure none of them are too important. Okay, no, it's not. Okay, so what is the circle diameter? So the circle diameter would be. Wait, let me work it out. It goes. The radius would be. Wait, so 5, 2, 1. It's 4, 5. So 9 plus 5. Take away the 5 again. And then add another 9 to the 5. The circle's radius is 23.
Making sure you get federal minimum.
Hey! Thank you for... Now instead of making below minimum wage for that video, I've officially received the American federal rate. You know, I don't mean to... Actually, that might be... Wait, let me work it out. You know, thank you very much, David Solomano. The hero we... I can't believe anyone watched that video all the way through. I might actually... It might be fun for the... I should bring it up in the next like Q&A video, like, see how many people it actually is. It's got to be like 3% or something. It's got to be less than 3%, right? Like, the average watch duration is like half an hour, which means the average person makes it 5% of the way through that video. I can't imagine there are too many making it much past that. But maybe I'm just massively wrong. Maybe that's just my ill thought out beliefs. It took me a month, but I did it long. Actually, funnily enough, I believe that we don't know for sure yet, but I think the next Let's Play will be like a little highlight off that Let's Play. We'll see if it's any good as a video. But okay, just save my life. Please stop chasing me around, fire. The 10-hour video was your best ever, Imo. I wish there was a way on YouTube to say this video did not engage me in the normal way, but I'm glad that it exists anyway. Did I hit more lava? No, I hit the ceiling, which is interesting in its own right, I guess. Okay, where is the actual tunnel? Because I've gone way past it at this point. Or have I? Was there just no tunnel through here? Did I just miss an entire part of this? This is the bit where I get lost and confused every time. How? You know what? This is why I need the Netherrack blocks to mark the bottom of it. Because otherwise I get lost and confused. So we'll go down here, I guess. And then... There, wait, I saw the tunnel over there. I saw it. And I'll see it on the end of this side too. No, where is it? I lost my tunnel, chat. It was around here somewhere. This is why I need to have some clear blocks placing it. But yeah, if this gives you a feel for the scale, the fact that we go so many blocks this way, and also it tells you just how much time we're saving by making this work effectively. I hope. Maybe it's telling you that. Maybe it's not telling you anything at all. That's spicy. Maybe this tells you precisely nothing. There's a Nether portal over there. I wonder what that Nether portal's there for. Okay, this is my obsidian tunnel, which means over here is the start of the real tunnel. Yeah, that previous thing you just saw me fly is what the journey used to be like. This is what the journey will be like in the future. I'll get on my boat and I'll go whee all the way down it to the very end. Yeah, there's no way I've gone 1/6 of the way or mined 1/6 of the blocks. I'm gonna have to recalculate it. Mark coordinates every 100 blocks. That's all we should do. Okay, so let's do the maths right now, actually. I should leave and do this off camera, but you're all going to watch me do it anyway, because I've made a terrible mistake here. Also, I think we're now at closer to 26,000. Okay, so if the tunnel is 23 blocks wide, as a radius. Wait, what's the maths equation for a circle? Pi r squared, right? So r is radius. So diameter of circle area calculator. That's what you actually do. You just go to Google. Circle calculator. Okay, so the radius is, the diameter is 23. And the area is, I don't know what the area is. Tell me what the area is. The area is 415. Oh god, that's way more than we calculated. So if there's 415 blocks, and we're placing them for about 400 or so, I'd say. Different individual circles. 400 by 400 is about 160,000. If it's closer to 500, which it might be, we'll have to do the actual like surveying on that. It could be that it's not 160,000, it's 200,000 blocks we need. And that explains why we feel like we're such a tiny amount in, because we are such a tiny amount in. Well, you know, that's fun. That is a big one. Also, Random, thank you so much for the funny number. I can only guess that was £6.90 maybe? No, wait, $6.90. No, wait, it's $4. What? You know, what? Is 5.35 a funny number? What, is that, maybe it's like 69, this tunnel is Toycat's HS2. Is your math wrong though? Okay, so let's assume it's 400 times 415. That'd be 166,000. Yeah, I think 166,000 is a good guess. Let's see, actually. So the tunnel starts at 350... You know, yeah, I think 166 is a good guess. Yeah, it's a good enough guess. 166,000. So as of the end of this stream, we've got a... Oh my gosh. We've got a lot. 2 pi r squared. So 2 pi r squared just means diameter r. You know, I don't even know. Having a 10-year-old world is so amazing. It turns 11 in a month, actually. 1 month till it turns 11. Just like... Man, 11 years old. Something that came out of my body is now 11 years old. This is a feeling I bet no one can relate to. But, yeah, that is actually kind of nuts, right? That is an old world. Yeah, no, it is quite cool. I like seeing the areas of the world. Like, the whole reason there's this big cave to mine through in the first place, like, if you look back a little bit, the reason this whole wall exists, if you look back a bit, the reason this whole wall exists to begin with is because of the Nether expansion. I don't know, this is pretty cool. I'm liking seeing the tunnel come together, and if you want to see it come together, I'll be probably streaming tomorrow. Maybe not. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll just say we're streaming and we'll work it out then. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and then probably not on Monday. But tomorrow, still a live stream. It'll be fun. I'll repair my pickaxe. Which chat has decided they want to do. Democratically speaking. So yeah, goodbye. Hope you're having a good one. It just tastes so bad. Funny number in USD. I really can't work out what funny number it would be. $6? $6.66 maybe? Okay. That's not the funny number. That's the satanic number. Okay, thank you for watching. Hope you... having a bad day. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you in the next one. There's so many ghasts. I don't want this. I don't think Minecraft should want this either. There we go. You know, I finally did it. I finally killed the ghast. And it doesn't even matter, because the stream is over. See you next time. Tomorrow. Probably 6.90. I think the dollar is too high for that to be possible. Maybe it is 6.90. You know what, one sec. What is £5.35 in dollars? 5.35 GBP to USD. It's $6.17. You know, I'm just so confused. I'm never going to understand it. Bro, you made my childhood making videos on the 360. Surprised you're still doing Minecraft YouTube. Thank you so much for the tip, Inboard Callum. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And I hope that if you're watching, you have a great one too. Because I'll see you tomorrow.